There is a book that will make you uncomfortable around people you trust, not because they changed, because you finally started seeing them clearly. Keep watching, because what I am about to share will change the way you read every conversation for the rest of your life. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked away from a conversation and felt something was off? Not wrong exactly, just off. The person was smiling, the words were fine, everything looked normal, but something in you said that didn't feel real. And then you told yourself you were overthinking. You talked yourself out of what you felt and you moved on. But that feeling was not overthinking. That feeling was intelligence. Your brain was picking up signals that your conscious mind was too polite to process. And there is a book that explains exactly what those signals are, what they mean, and why most people spend their entire lives never learning to read them. The book is called The Laws of Human Nature, written by Robert Greene. And I want to be honest with you, this is not a feel-good book. It is not a motivational book. It will not tell you to believe in yourself or wake up at 5 in the morning. This book will do something more uncomfortable than that. It will show you how people actually work, not how they present themselves, not how they want to be seen, but what is actually driving them underneath everything they say and do. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Here's the central idea that runs through the entire book. Every person you have ever met is wearing a mask, not a literal mask, but a constructed version of themselves, a version that is acceptable, safe, designed to be received well. Underneath that mask, there are desires they will never admit, fears they will never show, motives they will never explain. And this is not because people are evil. This is because people are human. We are social animals, and social animals learn very early that showing everything is dangerous. So we hide, we perform, we present, and we become so good at it that eventually, even we forget the mask is there. Now think about someone in your life, a colleague, a friend, a family member, someone you interact with regularly. How much of what they show you do you actually believe? How many times have they said, "I'm fine," when they were not fine? How many times have they agreed with you just to avoid conflict? How many times have they smiled while thinking something completely different? You do it too. We all do. And that is exactly the point Greene is making. The gap between what people show and what people feel is where almost everything important actually happens. And if you cannot read that gap, you are operating with incomplete information in every relationship you have. Let me give you a specific example from the book. Greene talks about what he calls the law of covetousness. People desire what they cannot have, and they want most what other people seem to want. Now watch how this plays out in real life. Someone tells you they are not interested in something, they say it casually, dismissively, but then they keep bringing it up, they mention it again and again in different conversations, in different contexts. Greene would say, watch what people return to, not what they claim to want, what they keep coming back to, because the things people say they do not want are often the things they want most. And once you understand that principle, you start hearing conversations completely differently. Or take this one. Someone praises you generously, publicly, repeatedly, feels good, right? But Greene asks you to slow down. Ask yourself, what does this person need from me right now? Because excessive praise is often not about you. It is about positioning. It is about creating a dynamic where you feel favorable toward them before they ask for something. This is not cynicism. This is pattern recognition. And the difference between a person who understands human nature and a person who doesn't is that one of them sees the pattern and the other one just feels confused when the ask eventually comes. Now here is the part of the book that I think is the most powerful and the most unsettling. Greene says that the people who understand human nature best are not necessarily the coldest. They are not the most suspicious. They are not the most guarded. They are the most empathetic, because to truly understand why someone behaves the way they do, you have to be willing to see their fear, their insecurity, their hunger, their wound. The person who attacks you publicly is often terrified privately. The person who controls everything around them is usually the person who feels most out of control inside. The person who needs to be the smartest in the room is usually the person most afraid of being seen as ordinary. When you understand that, you stop reacting to people's behavior. You start responding to what is underneath it. And that shift from